Welcome to Module 5. We are going to talk about ethics and best practices in this last module. So, this time we are going to welcome to Module 5. In this module, we're going to talk about best practices, ethical considerations for different things that are on in the industry. But first, we are going to start with artificial intelligence. But before we start, I want to remind you about the extra credit that you can get for yourself from going to Adobe Max. This QR code will take you to the sign up sheet that you see, the sign up page, sorry, that you see right here on the right on the screen, where you can actually watch in real time, but you can also watch the recorded. You don't have to be there at the exact time, but they're going to start on October 28th and go through the 29th. So all you have to do for this extra credit is to choose one of the sessions, watch it, and then write a couple of paragraphs about what the topic was, who the speaker was, and what you got out of it. And it can be any of the different um, sessions. It can be talking about the industry itself, creativity, or one of the softwares. It's really up to you. I'm not going to pick your topic. I'm just throwing the whole thing open for you. There are industry giants that are talking in these sessions, so it would benefit you to take a look. Okay, so let's get to the actual topic at hand. Today, we are going to talk about AI, and artificial intelligence is poised to transform the advertising industry dramatically. AI-enabled advertising spending worldwide in 2022 was estimated to be 370 billion. And I wrote that out just to give you an idea. Because when people say these numbers, they're just, they're just words. We don't really understand the actual volume that we're talking about. So we're talking about that many zeros. And the predictions for the future for the next 10 years is going to be 1.3 trillion. Lots of zeros there in the next 10 years. But it also comes with challenges and ethical concerns that justifies very rigorous research and studies. What are the challenges? Discriminatory targeting and dissemination of information is basically machine bias. That refers to programming biases that exist due to their creators, to the people who've actually done the code. Their biases can slip into that code. And so it also determines how the data is used. Information relayed with unfairness or discrimination by machine bias can have detrimental effects on people's lives. For instance, if AI algorithms are trained on a bias or incomplete data, they may replicate or amplify biases, leading to unpredictable consequences. Just think about that. Privacy, though, is probably the number one concern and challenge in AI, and mainly because AI requires so much data. Advertisers must be transparent and ethical when gathering and using consumer data. We've always had known this is to be true. We need to also respect privacy rights and provide a clear opt-out option. This is not new stuff, but it is all the more important now with AI. Balancing the benefits of retaining personalized information for advertisers while avoiding potential negative repercussions requires a clearer understanding of consumer perceptions of, of privacy and the expected use of personal information. We don't go into a survey or a subscription for a newsletter thinking that you're going to be used for all kinds of mailing lists, and you're going to be targeted for different kinds of ads because of the choice that you make when you decide you want to read a newsletter. So we need to really understand how people view privacy and what can be done to make sure that that trust is not broken. The transparency and interpretation of AI algorithms has widespread attention, including the potential for biases and privacy concerns. Research has identified 84 ethical guidelines for AI issues on a global scale, with information transparency being number one. So, transparency is the most important thing. The nature of AI is filled with a lack of accountability and trust and presenting challenges. So the risk is multiplied because the number of stakeholders that there are in the information that AI is generating. First of all, it's the advertisers, it's us. We are using AI to get more into what the consumers want to hear and see, and what will really resonate with them. The researchers are finding more and more problems with AI as they go deeper. Then there's the policymakers, our lawmakers, the government. They're trying to get into it so that they can control it. Then there are also relevant industries and domains that are challenged by AI. So, to sum up the AI, let's talk about some of the benefits. Some of these don't sound so good. Targeting, for instance. AI consolidates a vast amount of user data, providing advertisers with precise target audience information, which enhances advertising benefits and reduces the ineffective ad placements. More bang for your buck. You'll know exactly where your consumers are getting their information, where they're getting their advertising content. So you will be able to use your money very, very wisely with the use of AI. Personalization. The advertising industry is leveraging AI technologies such as recommendation systems and virtual assistants to offer users a tailored advertising experience. It's all about the individual. Social media has opened this wide open so that people have a voice to their advertisers instead of it being a one-way conversation. And so personalization makes the consumer feel important. But remember that privacy thing too is on the other side of that coin. Content creation is also another benefit. Technologies like natural language processing and AI empower advertisers to craft creative and captivating ad content. It costs a lot to make movies. It takes a lot to make commercials. It's astronomical and time consuming to do all the special effects and everything. And AI is cutting through all of that and giving the creativity to the hands of into the hands of the creator themselves, not having to use all of these extraneous things that to create content. And the last benefit we have listed here is optimization. AI aids advertising into the smart allocation of resources and strategy refinement. That is something that is unbelievable. We used to do things called mass marketing, which is basically a shotgun. You just shoot in a direction and hope that somebody hears it. You just throw it up in the air in hopes that it lands on somebody. So that is becoming less and less important. And now we can actually zero in on those particular people who will benefit or who will buy your product. So this knowledge equips advertisers with a deeper understanding of how AI operates and how it can be effectively applied in advertising. These profound insights are not only offer invaluable guidance for advertising professionals, but also provides policymakers with information on how to better manage and direct applications in the advertising sector. When utilizing AI technologies, it's imperative to avoid algorithmic bias, protect consumer privacy, and ensure algorithm transparency. The more advanced AI models become, the more opaque the tools become. Most of today's AI models operate in what people call the black box. It just basically locks in all of the inner workings of AI so that scrutiny is really hard. So there are ethical considerations. Evaluating AI's ability to identify and eliminate potential discriminatory outcomes in advertising. Exploring its mechanics of avoiding personal privacy infringement through multi-dimensional feature analysis. Researching how, when AI is used in advertising, its implementation of ethical standards and privacy protection can be ensured through variable regulation and constraint optimization. Analyzing how AI realizes data cleansing and management through high dimensional filtering and feature selection in the complex and dynamic advertising environment. Studying transparency and interpretability, it's hard for me to say that, of AI algorithms in advertising. Analyze the role of technology like multi-layer neutral networks, model visualization in enhancing algorithm comprehension. And finally, exploring how AI on a global scale adapts through multivariate analysis and cross-cultural algorithm adaptation to evaluate the ethical challenges in advertising. From a socio-cultural perspective, AI technologies are challenging our perceptions of reality and stretching the meaning of philosophical notions like hyperreality, whereby reality and simulation of it blur. So are the consumers going to be able to detect AI communicators from real communicators? The web is just absolutely loaded with different things now that are totally AI. You can tell pretty much because they're pretty outlandish sometimes. But the more sophisticated AI becomes, the more like humans it's going to act. So how are we going to be able to distinguish them from real humans? How are AI empowered relationships different from the real world relationships? I hear a lot about this. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and they are talking about AI continuously. There are people who actually have romantic relationships with their personal assistants, and that's going to a very dark place, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. That you can totally turn it off if you want to. But we are so isolated. It seems like the generations like yours are even more isolated from real world relationships. So we have got to be able to distinguish between AI relationships and real world relationships. Definitely something that will change the world if we don't. Okay, the final one is what might the societal and cultural and health implications of interacting with an AI powered world, especially among those generations who have not known anything but that world? Remember, whenever we first started talking about semiotics, what you see gets into your mind and makes up your visual vocabulary. So what kind of visual vocabularies are these generations who don't know anything but AI? What kind of world are they establishing? That's very frightening and very overpowering all at the same time. AI powered virtual influencers are on the rise. These advances raise questions about how AI-enabled virtual influencers might change social influencer market and how they impact consumers. So you've got to have that in your mind too when you're using AI in your job. So now we have a participation exercise. I am going to have you look at 3 different ads, and I want you to choose which one was generated by AI, at least in part, not totally, but it doesn't have to be totally, but at least in part. So you have 5 choices. Ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, all of them or none of them. So there's only one right answer. So write your answer in a Word doc and submit it to Canvas. So let's see the first one.
Good afternoon, son. Want to take a guess why I pulled you over? Oh, it's not what you think. It's Liquid Death. They're sparkling mountain water. Wow. You weren't kidding. That is refreshing. But it's not why I pulled you over.
Oh boy. Is it the busted taillight?
Nuh-uh.
Is it because of the license plate?
Nope.
Shit, man, it's the dead guy, right?
No, sir.
Is it the human trafficking, perhaps?
Uh-uh.
Man, is it the truck thing?
I don't think so.
Well, what is it then? The robbery?
No.
The bumper sticker?
No. It's the roadkill, isn't it? Haven't heard of it.
The chemical waste?
Nuh-uh.
Is it the roller coaster seat? Is it the cult thing?
Absolutely not. Hell no.
All right, I give up. What is it?
It's because it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin.
Dad, you remembered.
Happy birthday to you.
You're the best dad
Happy
ever.
birthday to you.
Okay, now let's go to the next one. If I can make it go. There we go. Nope. Yeah. Nope.
Customize. See.
Good afternoon, son. Want to take a
Calming. Where's my hamburger? Ugh.
Honey gold glaze got me feeling real sleek. Buffalo burn got the sweat on my cheek. Dip it in ranch, let it ride, let it peak. Late night cravings, yeah, I answer the call. 12-piece box, I ain't sharing at all. That crackling sound when I break it apart. One taste, yeah, go to the heart. Ready to roll. Smoking hot, straight out the pack. First bite magic, no turning back. That crunch hit hard like a baseline smack. Savory bliss, got me lost in the track. Stack up the wings, pile 'em up real high. Take another dip, let the flavors collide. That crispy sensation you just can't deny. One more round, man, I'm ready to ride. It's finger licking good.
Okay, so there are the three. Which one do you think was made by AI? 1, 2, or 3, or all of them, or none of them? Write your answer and submit it to Canvas. If you have any questions, be sure to email me or text me. We can talk at your convenience. Next up, let's talk about how AI is going to affect you. And I'm talking about you personally and your career. Okay, see you then.